Secret society.
Gwop squad, baby.
Bonafide.
Guess where we heading next to, man?
The recipe.
Top 5 dead or alive. Oh snap! Yo, we normally like to mix things up. So I'm gonna give you the option, man. You know, you might have your local cuts, and there might be a lot of them. So you might want to separate them from the international cuts. So how you wanna do your list? You wanna do them together, or you wanna do the internationals or the locals kando kando? You know. And I'm gonna say musicians because you're a musician. You know, you gravitated from rap to music in general. So hit us up, man. What's your list like? Are you gonna go respective, or are you just gonna mix it up and go like from any number?
I'm just gonna go like fuck it, general top 5. That's the type of I'm just the type of nigga just says fuck it. But yeah,
I mix it up then.
Alright, so we start from the bottom up. That's number 5. Wheezy. I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate from that, especially from my producer.
You're talking about Lil Wayne, right?
Exactly. Lil Wayne.
Easy, alright.
Wiz Khalifa is good, and I fucks with the nigga, and he like I really put on to a lot of stuff, but nah. Lil Wayne. Like fucks with Lil Wayne mostly because like when I was introduced to like rap and hip hop and music, I started with Lil Wayne. Nilikuwa tu kwa Daro tumechill, nasikia tu like a friend of mine called Isaiah. Tulikuwa Daro moja na yeye form 1, ameingia tu Daro na bass yake yote nasikia tu she licked me like a lollipop. Go like, what?
That song did not have come out then.
And it is still going like
that song was so innocent.
Yani this nigga had all the bass, alafu anaimba lollipop. You're like, yo, wasi walinyamaza wakidhani ni mode. But yeah, that's when I started loving music, and that's when I started loving rapping. So yeah, nilipenda Lil Wayne because of that shit. Wheezy, and then like number 4, Jay-Z. Then nigga got the hustle and the ambition, man. Like ali blow my mind. Number 3, ndasema nani? Dipset, Jules Santana. Jules Santana.
He got a little problems now, but his music is still up.
man, I still fucks with your music, man. Heavy. Yo. So number 3, that Jules Santana.
Right.
Number 2, Kanye, man. Kanye was a big influence for me. Like ever since
Yeezy in the building.
Yeezy. Cause I whenever you see me rocking kicks, I always rock Yeezys, man. Like, them some comfortable ass shoes.
they do look comfortable, man. Yeah. I'm gonna give them that. Yeah. They do look comfortable.
So yeah, with Kanye, like ever since I saw the video, like what was it called?
He done a lot.
He done a lot. Like I think it was Stronger. Yeah, I saw that video. I was like, what? Like rap niggas are doing this shit now? Like, yo, this is what I want to aspire to be. Like everything. Like I want to aspire to be like Kanye, maze. Like minus the whole craziness, but even with the whole craziness, he's still Kanye.
He's part of it, man. It's part of the process.
Maze, like you need to go back to that Kanye, man. Okay, and number 1, numero uno.
Let's hear it, man.
Nyashinsky, man.
Nyashinsky. A local comes out on top, man.
A local nigga.
It's a brave new world,
man.
Tell us why, man.
Okay, with Nyashinsky. Okay, I went with Nyashinsky because like I don't know, like this nigga, he just influenced me in a sort of way that I used to see this just like niggas they just doing their own thing. But Nyashinsky, he did like Kenyan rap or kapuka music, but he never used to have a genre that he would stick on.
He would mix it up?
Yeah, he would just mix it up. Like nothing would define him. Like he would rap, he would drop like killer bars one moment, and then he would just like he would just go back to singing, and then he would go back to the kapuka type stuff. And then he was just like, he was diverse. And that's what I liked about him. And every time you would hear any of his music, it was a hit. It was a guaranteed hit. And that's what I wanted to incorporate in my music. Like, that's why I stopped like rapping altogether. Just doing all those like mojambili tatu rhymes. Nah. Nowadays I just go with the whole vibe, the whole flow of the song.
Nice.
Swahili, man. Like, Nyashinsky, you're a big influence in my life, man. Like musically.
Alright.
Keep doing what you're doing. Nakufuata. Ndakufikia.
Alright, man. Yo, I didn't see that coming past. That's a first.
Man.
In any top 5 in this show and outside, man. Respect to that, man.
Gotta respect the OGs, especially the Kenyan OGs, maze.
Alright. So that's Insha's top 5 on Dead or Alive.
Yes.
On luck. Let's move on a bit, yeah? Art in general. You find that music is an art in itself, yeah? But it sometimes tends to, I don't know, how would you say, like, attract other types of art. Like, you find your hip hop has its graffiti in there, you know. You might find some of that Beethoven music. You know, it might have some weird contemporary dances and all that. What do you think about art in music? Like, what's its place? Yeah, you know, you came rocking some art today. You know, so how do you think it mixes all together and it melds all together? Is there a purpose towards it? Does it just happen, or is it like planned?
No, I think art is a very big integral part of like music, because like I guess music is part of art. Like, yeah, like I make art. Yeah. Also, he said something about design. I designed this, by the way. Shout out to TDC. It was a collab. True Denim Collection. Yo, you guys really hooked me up. If you want a jacket like this or sort of similar, hit up like TDC.
Right.
But yeah, like art is a big influence for me, especially African art. I don't know, it was just like around high school or after high school, I just started like enjoying like African pieces. Like I like a lot of kitenge, Ankara, like that pattern. I've forgotten its name. It has a sort of like name, but yeah, I like that like kitenge art and that whole like African tribal aspect, because it like connects us to our roots. And I just started thinking, like, before colonialism, like we don't know like much about our culture before that. All we learn about, even in our textbooks, we learn about like for example, in the, let's say, the Gikuyu culture, there's like Gikuyu and Mombi. Gikuyu and Mombi, they just came up, they just had 9 daughters, and then after that, we don't know much about it. We just jump all the way to colonialism. And from that aspect, like we all like much of our culture comes from like colonialism. That's what I realized, and I just wanted to break away from that. Like, nah, like we're some different ass motherfuckers, like we need to do something that's different. Yeah, like I just started looking at all this African art, all this African aspect, all this African music. By the way, I just started fucking with African music just like that, and it just got into me. Like the first African song that I heard that I actually dug and I actually liked was what was this? It was Sabali.
Right.
I forgotten the artist, but I remember like there's a sample. It was used as a sample in Damian Marley and Nas's song, which has the same name. But yeah, that's the first song I heard, and I just started fucking with it, and I was like, yo, alright. And then I just started listening to Lingala because of my dad. By the way, shout out to you, Dad.
The folks really started out on that Lingala.
He put me on to Lingala like every morning, like when he used to take me to like school and stuff when I was in Primo. He used to just pop Lingala in the car, and I used to like listen to Akina Franco, Madilu System, ata Nikki wa Kenya, niwe wako milele. That song is in my head most of the time. Like even when I'm like going to sleep, I'm just like, like we gotta do a collab. Like you gotta hit me up, Kiso.
It was a beautiful song, man. That's coming from a really hard nigga, man. I don't like R&B, but that was a good song,
man. Especially, okay, I listen to the hard shit sometimes, but some of the hard shit sometimes it just seems fugazi to me. Yeah, like niggas that are not really singing about what they really feel, or about who they really are. They're just doing that because like for some clout shit, or because they want to show some sort of like like they hard or they gangster. Like, nah, be yourself, maze. Like I revel in being myself, maze. Like you have to be yourself to make good content. That's what I realized.
What to that. And speaking of being yourself, yeah, we touched a bit about on the drugs, yeah, but you notice a lot in music. It seems like there's a correlation between the drugs and the music, you know. You got your weed smokers doing the dancehall thing. You got your I don't know what the rock niggas be doing, man. They'd like be on some weird ecstasy, baths, all shit. But you know, we got hip hop with the liquor, you know, anything is possible. What's up with that, man? Do you see a correlation with it? Can you explain it even, you know?
Definitely
is there like some that ties music in general to some of that other stuff?
Okay, I can only speak for me, for myself.
Yeah.
Okay, for me, the whole aspect drugs, the way I see drugs helping music, it's in a sense of like, it's an enhancement. It's not necessary, but it gets you there where you need to be. But there are a lot of drugs that I don't fucks with, but I mostly fucks with psychedelics.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because, you know, having an open mind and all, like, you have to have an open mind first when you're composing something. You have to have no barriers.
Okay.
Because if you start putting barriers and limits on yourself, it'll affect your music in a way that people are gonna start seeing it and be like, he keeps talking about this, but I'm not really feeling it. But you know, like if you open your mind to it and try to understand what it is exactly you're doing, or what exactly music you're making, like your audience you're trying to reach, the whole aspect or the whole vibe you're trying to output. Yeah, like that's the whole thing. Like I just started saying, like I just started to just like fuck with the vibe, you know. It doesn't have you don't have to be intoxicated to make good music, but it helps. I find that it helps. I'm taking a little bit of sip here. I'll take a sip here. I'll smoke a toke here. I'll take a bit of mushrooms here and then. But not always. Sometimes sometimes I'll just like flush it out and have a clear mind, and I'll just like hear a beat and I'm like, damn, alright. I fucks with this. I fucks with this heavy, and I just start writing some shit, and after the end of it, I start seeing the end result, and I go back to talking, and I go back to listening to it. I'm like, yo, alright, this is some dope shit. So yeah, it's an enhancement. Say no to drugs, kids. Say no to drugs. Zek and Ovan. Square gamini.
Kuja gizani baby, kuja gizani baby, 9-inch baby, hauwezane. Kuja gizani baby, kuja gizani. Si unajua si ordinary, lakini design flani, sikia vile inakuita kiplani. Kuja gizani, najua hujui ni nani, ningejitaja kwa hizi mizani, lakini si